Hello everyone, on this episode I'm going to be talking about the very first Saints Row game. Now last year I went through Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4, and they were both some of my favorite games that I went through last year. I mean, I'm a huge Saints Row fan after those games. So about, 2 weeks ago, Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2 went on sale for $3 a piece on Xbox Live, and I was like, you know what, I'll check those out. Seeing how much I love the 3rd and 4th ones. And in the 4th one, it's kind of interesting. You go back, it's like you kind of go back in time a little bit in some parts of the game, and you like go back to the church in Saints Row 1, and you have to like fight some of the enemies from the first one and the second one too. So that was kind of interesting, but it was kind of lost to me because I hadn't done the first two yet. So I found those parts in Saints Row 4 to be a little boring and kind of pissed me off because I was like, I don't know who these people are. Why should I give a shit? So now that I'm going through the first two, that should make 4 a little bit better. So, but yeah, I just actually beat Saints Row 1, and it took me about 18 hours to do. So I definitely had some length to it. But I mean, all the Saints Row games are pretty damn long, so I paid $6 for two 20-hour games, basically, so that's $6 for 40 hours of entertainment, so that's pretty hard to beat. But yeah, I actually liked Saints Row 1. It was surprisingly pretty damn good. It came out in August of 2006, so that would have been like 2 or 3 months before I bought my 360, so this game's pretty damn old. Yeah, it's a 9-year-old game, so yeah. But it's still pretty good. I enjoyed it. You can only be a male character in this one, but that's fine. I was always a dude in the Saints Row games, and of course it made my character look as much as I could like my character in the 3rd and 4th one, just to kind of have the continuity going. But yeah, it's a fun game. There's no flying or any of that stuff. It's strictly just driving cars and trucks, but it's a pretty cool game. The voice cast is amazing, just like it was in the 3rd and 4th one. I mean, in this one you got Michael Clarke Duncan, Keith David, David Carradine, Tia Carrera, I think that's how you say her name, Freddie Rodriguez, Daniel Day Kim is Johnny Gat, as usual. In fact, this is the first game that Johnny Gat shows up in. You got Michael Rappaport, Joaquim de Almeida, who's been in a bunch of movies. You got Clancy Brown as the mayor, Mila Kunis, T.C. Carson. I mean, that's a damn good voice acting cast. I mean, there's one really cool part where Keith David's character is talking to Michael Clarke Duncan's character, and Keith David's character says to him, "My nigga." I mean, that was the coolest thing in human history. Keith David saying to Michael Clarke Duncan, "My nigga." I mean, that was just fucking awesome. But yeah, it's just a really cool game. The action is, basically exactly what you would come to expect from a precursor of Saints Row 3 and 4. There's some pretty funny moments in the game, like your main character doesn't really talk at all in the game. Until he usually after you beat a gang, and then he kind of makes a funny little quip or whatever, but I found that kind of interesting. At least he does talk, and what he does say is pretty funny, so that's pretty cool. But the game is a little more serious than 3 and 4. It's not just over the top, crazy funny shit going on. It's kind of more in the hood, kind of crazy stuff going on, but it's a damn good game, and I really enjoyed it. The music in this one is I mean, you gotta remember, this is like 2 years after Guitar Hero 1 came out, so bands weren't really into licensing their music for video games yet, so you were kind of getting, I don't know, some of the songs were really good, but most of them were just crap, but I think overall for a bunch of shitty songs, this was a pretty good soundtrack, if you understand what I mean. But definitely not the soundtrack of 3 and 4, but whatever. But yeah, overall, this is a good game. I would definitely recommend it to you, especially for $3. And the game's ending is very interesting, very crazy, so that was definitely a nice surprise that the game would have a pretty interesting ending. But yeah, overall, it's a solid game. I mean, it's not Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or 5 or whatever, but It's an enjoyable game, and check it out. I think you'll like it.